Now look into the news titled Jingles of History Looking Back at Mysore's Devadasis. So here why it is in the news, because historian Janaki Nair talks about the rise of Devadasi system in Mysore, especially in this generation, and its abolition by the early 20th century. So here the historian had a talk on the abolition of the Devadasi and her dance and one of the Bangalore conferences, where they offer talks on overview about how the system was and how at one point it thrived as one of the major systems in Mysore province, and how the same system saw its abolition in the early 20th century. So in light of this article, let us see the basis about what the system was. Now looking into the origin, the term Devadasis means dancing girls. So the term had its origin from the Sanskrit language. And looking into the origin of presence, they go back to the 8th century. Prevalence of the Devadasis in 800 AD. So here the inscription was a virgin girl, 8 matters of land and 1000 cows and a swing were dedicated to a temple in the Maile village of Karnataka. So this brought in the proof of evidence of the presence of Devadasis. Now looking into presence of Devadasis, there were also evidences from the Jain, Shaivite and Vaishnavite temples and their inscriptions. Now looking into their establishment, they got their royal patronage from the Wadiyars of Mysore, and through that they established a system by the end of the 10th century, and they were known to provide services such as dancing, singing, drum beating, carrying sacred aratis and practicing in temple processions. So that's how they gained their importance in the society. And the girls who were dedicated as Devadasis were given training in both dance, nritya and in also vocal music called Geeta. So the Krishnaraja Wadiyar tree, he had employed Chinnaya Pillai, who is known for his Bharatanatyam as well as his other dance forms of the Tanjavur quartet to train the dancers. So here through the establishment of having royal patronage, having an established system, helping them to learn a lot of arts and culture made them one of the most important people of the society. Now, looking into their rising of this social status, they gained a wider presence, especially in the areas of Mysore, Bangalore, Mulbagal, Kadur, and Narasipur, and so on. So, all of these places are in Karnataka. Then they gained social support, where they got in the royal patronage, help from the merchants, landlords, and the art connoisseurs. So, here connoisseurs, we know how one person has a vast knowledge, so they were in having a lot of support from all of these different communities of the society, and they formed a new social class where they had the right to own lands of inheritance, where they brought in the rules of etiquettes and also even having their own panchayats. So they brought in the involvement of diverse caste groups, where they involved women from different caste groups such as Kurubas, Bedas, Gangadigara, Vokkaligas, Telugu Banajigas, and the Lingayats. So through all of these, they rise through their social status. And also they brought in the matrilineal tradition, where there was adoption of girls through females and having matrilineal inheritance system. And looking into the importance of stature in the weddings, processions, festivals and all, during several weddings, apart from the groom, the Devadasis had to tie a second thali. It's an auspicious thread which has been used used in the marriages in South India, so around the bride neck. So that's the social status they were given, and they were very important person in any weddings, as they were believed to bring in positive and auspicious energy. So the Devadasis enjoyed significant wealth and social standing in the society. But by the 18th century, they saw their decline. The whole community saw their decline around 18th century. Now looking for the factors for decline, first it was seen as an exploitation of women uh, within the system in itself by many, and also there were influence of the western morality. So we all know during the 18th 19th century we all were under the colonialism of the British. So through the influence of the western morality, there were ideas on how it was equated to the system of prostitution, and also they that was brought in the anti-notch movement. So in Hindi, Nach means dance. So there was movement of anti-notch where in the 19th and 20th centuries there was aim to abolish, as they were mostly gifted to the temple for the procession of dance, that is Dasi Atam means it was a dance which was more erotic in nature. So because of this, they brought in the anti-notch movement and sanitizing the sadir. So here sadir would be the area where women of the dominant caste learn and perform dance. So these are one of the reasons for their decline, and it led to the abolition in 1947 totally by the Madrasa Devadasi Abolition Act of 1947. So looking into the administrative changes, one of the major change was brought by the Muzrai Commissioner A. Srinivasacharlu in 1989. So this commission had brought in the abolition of the system in the Madras presidency. So it discontinued the appointment, especially in the areas of Mysore, Kadur, Tumkur, Kolar, and other regions. And they brought in even more progressive acts such as the Infant Marriage Regulation 1894, where they banned marriages for girls below 8 years around the gap of a 30-year-old men. Next, they brought in the Hindu women's property rights in 1933, where they granted Hindu women rights to inherit the property. So Mysore was the first in India to abolish in 1908 to 1909 of the Devadasi system, and even before the 1947 Act. So now it has been totally abolished in India throughout. Now let us move on to a mains practice question. Discuss the historical evolution of the Devadasi system in India. How has the system transformed over time, and what legal social measures have been taken to address its challenges? So I ask the students to put in their answer in the comment section.